Josh Hartnett had shed his Hollywood heartthrob image long ago. Now a 46-year-old living a quiet life in England with his wife and 4 children, he had intentionally stepped away from the high-profile studio movies and leading man roles that had once threatened to define him. Yet here he was, starring in M. Night Shyamalan's latest thriller, Trap. Hartnett found it somewhat ironic that, after years of avoiding the limelight, he would end up back in a leading role, albeit in a different capacity. In Trap, he played a father with a dark secret, a role that required depth far beyond the surface allure of his earlier heartthrob status. The storyline began with the father, Mark, taking his teenage daughter, Emily, to a pop concert. Unbeknownst to Emily, Mark had an agenda far more complex than merely attending a concert. Mark's eyes constantly scanned the crowd, and his demeanor betrayed a mix of tension and urgency. Emily, engrossed in her excitement for the show, noticed nothing unusual. The night took an unexpected turn when the venue was abruptly surrounded by police. The announcement came over the loudspeakers. There was a serial killer on the loose, suspected to be in the very building. Panic ensued. Emily clung to her father in terror, but Mark's reaction was one of calculated calm. He whispered reassurances to her while his eyes locked onto something, or someone in the shifting crowd. Unbeknownst to Emily, Mark had been living a double life. Years ago, in an attempt to save his family from financial ruin, he had borrowed money from a powerful underground organization. When he couldn't pay it back, he was forced into their illicit activities. His dark secret included being an informant for law enforcement, a role that had now placed him and his daughter in grave danger. The serial killer was not just any criminal. He was part of the very organization that Mark was working to dismantle. Mark had received a tip-off that the killer would be at the concert, and had brought Emily as cover, never guessing the police would lock down the venue. As the plot thickened, Mark navigated the volatile situation with precision, trying to protect his daughter while also making sure the killer did not slip through the cracks. It was a fine line to tread, blending the duties of a father with the responsibilities of an undercover informant. The tension mounted as Mark confronted the killer in a heart-pounding climax, all while keeping Emily in the dark about the true nature of their perilous situation. Trap was more than a thriller. It was a study of the lengths to which a father would go to protect his child, even at the cost of revealing his darkest secrets. And as the movie unfolded, it was clear that Hartnett had found a role that made use of all the emotional and psychological complexity he had cultivated over years of stepping away from the heartthrob roles of his past.